like to welcome you to Theatre 503 for tonight's special live event. I'm Bob Jingo, host of the web show jingoism.com.
And I'm Terry Fontaine, host of the web show Is That an Arab on your back, you my deceiving whore of a wife.com?
Boy, I just love that show, Terry.
Thanks, Bob.
That doggone Saeed is always ending up under the bed of some seemingly faithful but in fact deceiving and godless American housewife, isn't he, Terry?
He is indeed, Bob.
That is one funny show. And speaking of shows, what a show we have for you tonight, brothers and sisters. Now, for some of you, this may be the first time you've ever been in a room with this many people. Now, I'd like to remind you that we will be webcasting this special live event, so feel free to log on and off from the comfort and privacy of your own home, whatever you choose.
That's right, Bob. And for those of you that are here with us live, if any of you become frightened or confused or intellectually stimulated by anything you see here tonight, please leave the theater immediately. Go home, log on to the internet.
Or activate your mind chips, Terry.
Well, that's right, Bob. Or activate your mind chips and direct yourselves to a comforting paternal website.
Say, Terry, did you know that live theater is one of the oldest rituals on Father Earth?
Why, no, I didn't.
It's true. The church ceremony found in your local school, library, or post office is actually derived from primitive live theater. The ancient Greeks, or inhabitants of modern-day East America, used live theater to educate and pass down stories through the generations. In the late 20th century, live theater was a driving force for radical political change in former Soviet bloc countries like Czechoslovakia, which is why, of course, it had to be abolished.
Not to mention the profusion of early 21st century plays about faggots.
Well, that's right, Terry. The theater wasn't always evil. One has simply looked no further than the great Disney musicals at the same time. The Lion King, Aida, the Fox News and the Hound. You see, the theater could be a force for good.
That was the golden age of theater, Bob.
Right again, Terry. Their unfortunate demise coming only with the closing of all live theaters during the Rumsfeld presidency, a time when all Americans were asked to make sacrifices in order to support the Crusades.
I believe it was in the 5th term of 6th-term President Neil Bush that the Janet Jackson laws were augmented, banning all forms of entertainment not censored by the government and or Disney to protect our freedoms and safeguard our moral values.
Well, that's right, Terry. But it wasn't until the reign of George W. Bush's cryogenically preserved head we began to experience the true personal freedom and buffer from evildoers by the installation of the W chips in our fragile minds that we enjoy today.
Bless him, Bob.
Bless him indeed, Terry. Say, Terry, tell us a little about where we are tonight.
Sure thing, Bob. Well, believe it or not, Americans used to gather for all kinds of public events, such as Disney theaters, which were simply called movie theaters back then, live plays, and John Ashcroft concerts, with total disregard for the fact they could be sitting very close to someone who had a non-infectious disease, or indeed was an Arab and or a faggot.
Scary stuff, Terry.
Indeed, Bob.
And tell me, is it true that people were chastised for bringing their cell phones to such events?
Oh, yes. But get this, Bob. They didn't allow you to bring your gun.
What? No guns? By all that is good and sweet and Schwarzenegger's beard. How did they protect their families?
They were dark times, Bob. Dark times.
Well, I think we can all agree that we're blessed to be living better times today. But tonight we're here to celebrate the past. And it looks like we're almost ready to start. Ooh, you can just feel the excitement in the room. Say, Terry, tell us a little about what we're going to see tonight.
Sure thing, Bob. Well, it's a modern dance piece about a young, large-breasted American virgin who is dancing in a forest when she is kidnapped and sexually violated by an Arab. But then she's rescued by a blonde archangel clad only in a lily-white feather codpiece, who mutilates the genitals of the Arab, takes the frightened maiden, and through the power of his moral and sexual mastery, makes her his own. Now, Bob, all of the violent scenes will take place off stage, as was the tradition in ancient live theater. All of the scenes containing strong sexual content have been objected to by the MPAA, so they will take place off stage. As will any scene involving the Arab, as the Department of Homeland Security has deemed it illegal to portray an Arab in public.
Say, Terry, there's so much of the action taking place off stage. I guess the only thing we'll be seeing tonight is a dance this young hottie does in the forest.
Well, actually, Bob, the dance has been censured by Disney as too closely resembling a dance from that popular musical, Jenna and Barbara's Bushes.
So we won't be seeing anything live here tonight.
No! But adults 21 and over who can provide proof of high moral values can, for just an extra $49.99, activate their mind chips and view a computer simulation of both the ARAB violation and the Archangel 6.
Okay, well, I think we're ready to start, so sit back and enjoy our commercials from our corporate sponsors. Say, I sure have been blessed being your presence tonight, Terry.
What are you saying, Bob?
Yeah, I'm saying as soon as this thing starts, meet me in the men's room for a blowjob, you nasty boy.
Sure thing, Bob. Just don't tell my wife.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. I'm Bob Jingo. Bless us.
And I'm Terry Fontaine. Bless us.
Bless you. Bless you, sir.
Your fault.
Why?
You bought him Escape Electrics instead of that damn Orby train set.
What's that got to do with anything?
It's normal for boys to smash up cars. Nobody takes notice of that. Not like trains. That's oddball behaviour. Adam's family country.
You're getting this out of proportion.
Am I, David? You did see what he's picked.
Yeah.
You ain't even worried, are you?
He's still our son.
We'll have to stop all that for a start. They won't get me as an accessory.
Accessory?
It won't stop him. We'll be suspected too.
No. He's only a lad.
Only. Has that stopped them in the past? Age don't mean anything.
But Richard's a bright boy.
That's why we have to act fast. Protect ourselves. If he was stupid or normal, they label him a bigot. We could cope with a bigot in the family. But you aren't satisfied. You have to father a genius. You know what that means? No one will be accused of raising a fanatic.
Sweetheart, you sure you ain't jumping the gun?
David, wake up. You saw what you chose. They won't let that go.
We don't realise they're what he's good at.
Why are you so blind to the little bastard? Any other three, anything else, and you can say it was a mistake.
I'll talk him round.
And open yourself up to brainwashing. There's a risk, David. Serious risk.
We're his parents.
Cole Rand's his guide now. We're not important no more. Unless he's planning on using us.
Using us, Jesus, Alan.
Them chemistry sets you bought him.
We bought him.
Because he asked for him. Do you know what's in them?
They're all harmless.
I have to empty the bath. Go back to plain soap and water.
Why?
The chemicals, David! Hundreds of them! He could be making them into... We don't want to think about it. And no more clocks. Or use sundials. You can't make timers with sundials, can you?
Alan, stop it!
Oh, you're right. I've got to keep calm. Stay alert. I'm a terrible mother.
Oh, no, you're not. Richard's a good boy.
You start talking like that, and we'll both be finished. That won't wash the authorities. They'll be searching for sympathizers, looking for his inspiration. You don't want to go to prison. I like living here. I don't want to go. Or worse.
Well, that wouldn't happen.
You saw what he chose. We're probably being watched right now.
No.
Any threat, that's what they say. We've got to prove we're innocent.
You can't prove
We can
innocence.
try. I've locked him in his room already. That's a start.
Oh, Ellen, is it nuts?
Look at the evidence, David. It can only mean one thing.
There has to be another reason. My little boy...
Chemistry, electronics, and religious studies. You pick those A levels and it says one thing loud and clear.
I don't understand where we went wrong.
You and me are just normal farming folk. Not meant to cope with brainiac kids like him. It's not natural. Not right.
Oh my God. The farm. I didn't think. He's
Been taking an interest.
been hanging around, asking me what I use when, how much topsoil I've delivered for the barley, what pesticides kill what. I've raised a terrorist. Oh, Ellen, what are we going to do?
We've got to make a statement. Make it clear to everyone else that he's not one of us, he's a plant. He might not be our son.
There's nobody knows in my family.
Might neither.
I wouldn't knew there was something sus about him.
Forget him. It's time to look after us. What can we do?
I really should get on and mend those railings round the slurry pit.
damn dangerous the way they are. Easily have an accident.
Big job to do on your own, though.
I'd help, but...
You're not strong enough, love. Need someone younger, fitter.
I'll go unlock his door.
Tell him I'll be waiting for him. By the pit.
Hello. My name's Maurizio Molino. I'm the actor playing the part of the man you're looking at on stage right now. That really is my name. You can check in the program if you like. I'm not in character yet. I'm in costume though. Looks familiar, you're probably thinking a bit ominous. Well, the part I'm playing doesn't have a name till page 8 when I say, my name's Mark Bell. Then I die in shocking circumstances. Well, I'm not going to die, obviously, but the part I'm playing, Mark Bell, he's going to die in horrific circumstances. I have no idea how it actually feels to have my head removed with a large knife, which made it quite difficult to rehearse. And nor does the writer who's come up with this cowardly device, because he couldn't write the scene he wanted to. I mean, he told me so himself. And nor do you, of course. I expect you to take precautions to make sure it doesn't happen, like not going anywhere near that particular part of the world. I mean, like to avoid crime hotspots over here. That's dark alleyways. Pavements where those big yellow signs congregate informing us of the rate of stabbings, rape, murder. Maybe that's the difference between us and them. Maybe they don't have that fear walking home alone at night, or on public transport. So when they're standing there in front of the camera saying, I'm just so-and-so, your average Joe, Mark Bell, blah, 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 and I'm really afraid I'm getting my head chopped off. Is that true? I mean, what are they doing out there in the first place? Is it the money? A fuller life lived in the proximity of death? Extreme charity work? Who knows? Oh, I won't be able to talk to you again as I have to get into character now. I get kidnapped and there's a beheading scene with the terrorists. And I'm going to say the writer hasn't got a clue what it feels like to have his head chopped off. So he's come from some cheesy stream of consciousness thing, Mark Bell remembering a sheep being slaughtered in Turkey and his obsession with mobile phones. Personally, I don't get it. It's a bit shit, really. But don't tell anyone I said so.
What time is it?
After curfew.
Check's tea time. See who it is.
Oh, delivery bloke! BBC Digital.
Well, they're doing next deliveries now.
Hey, the fetal box.
Put it with the others.
Mash says you've got plans going around to check who's receiving the signal. We'll have to set it up in the culture, they get suspicious.
No fucking fear, Joseph, you know what you're like. Be sat in there gorging yourself on houses behaving badly.
I can get that analog anyway, and the picture's much better.
It's all part of the propaganda war. You can't get S4C on digital. As soon as they shut down the analog transmitter, that's it. Lights out.
You can still get BBC Wales.
What does BBC stand for?
British Broadcasting Company.
Corporation. British. Where do we live?
Wales.
Thank you.
BBC Wales.
It's an oxymoron, you moron! Now stop winding me up or this room will be redecorated with our intestines!
Making improvement.
Is the sign finished yet?
Yeah.
Come here on set. So, we bury the device under a clump of grass on the side of the road with a tube sticking out. We slot the sign into the tube, which then acts as the trigger. Some cunt is driving along, sees the sign, takes offence. So, pulls over, wanders up. As soon as he yanks it out, blam! No legs.
Yes.
Let's see the sign fits. What is that?
What?
That?
Jews are gay.
That is stupid.
What is it?
That is fucking stupid!
No, it isn't.
Jews are gay!
Yes.
That is so fucking stupid. If I was driving along and saw that, I would stop the car and rip it out the ground myself.
Well, then you blow your legs off.
Yeah, that's how stupid it is!
It's never good enough, is it?
You're just gonna confuse people. Driving along in the darkness, all of a sudden, the headlights catch a sign in the gloom. Jews are gay. What does that mean exactly? Who does it offend? Homophobic Jews? Worst thing is, if a gay Jew were to drive past, he'd just nod his head and go, yes, we are. An A1 prime target, nodding happily in agreement instead of losing his legs.
Yeah, but you're always saying like, oh, he's a big gay, like it's something really bad.
You mix in your abusive metaphors. Cross it out and put shit.
Jews are shit. That's not very good.
Well, out then, out, Jews out!
I've seen that before.
This is not a competition to come up with the most original anti-Semitic slogan. So to put some fucking Jew in a wheelchair, right?
I know your problem with them is anyway.
They just opened another B&Q in the retail park.
B&Q got to do with Jews.
Zog, Joseph, Zog! How many times do I have to explain this to you? Zionist occupational government! They're turning this town into another genetic blip on the happy grey map of globalism!
Whatever that means.
Look at the facts, won't you? BBC Digital have swamped this town with Freeview boxes. That is the 7th they've delivered in a month. You turn on any one of the 63 channels you get on Freeview, and what is it? Property Ladder, Lifestyle UK, Place in the Sun.
Escape to the Country, House Doctor, Grand Designs, Changing Room reruns.
At exactly the same time, a retail park springs up out of nowhere, and lo and behold, the flagship B&Q super warehouse opens in Llanstefan, the biggest DIY store in Europe. Second only in size in the world to the super duper warehouse in Shanghai.
The Chinese thing is just a rumour.
The buses with blacked out windows roam through the town after curfew are not just a rumour. I'm telling you, UK Coal are reopening the pits with foreign mercenaries. Mash brought them back the other night. Said he was filthy, covered in coal dust. That B&Q out there in Shanghai, that's not a bloody DIY store. It's the biggest fucking miners' recruitment convention on the planet. BBC Digital, B&Q and UK Coal have got this country stitched up between them. They sold the contracts before the state of emergency was declared. All we do is sit around and watch home improvement propaganda and go down the retail park to purchase the latest fixtures. While the black gold is being stolen from under our noses. You tell me there isn't something rotten in the state of Wales, because I sure as shit smell a stink. Put the stuff in the couch. You can do another sign over in there.
Hello, sweet child, coming forth to carry me home. You want to be careful bringing strangers back to your place.
I only bring foreigners back. You should be careful now with pub crawl after curfew.
Patrols won't touch me.
Oh, you in the military?
Friends in tall buildings. A nice place.
Liar, it's a dump.
Yeah, it is. You Welsh live on pigs and shit. No, sheep, that's your thing, isn't it? You Welsh live on sheep and shit. Come over here. Let me take a picture of my conquest.
No, I don't do photos.
Oh, come on, just you and me here on the sofa. Look, Nokia 6230, 1.3 megapixel camera.
Looks like a phone.
What goes it is? Dolls! With a built-in camera, TFT screen, MP3 player, personal organizer, polyphonic ringtones, and 96 megabytes of onboard memory.
Sorry, blue to me, man.
You need to see a phone trainer. They are the future. It won't be long before phones are all you need. We don't need an office or PC already. Soon there'll be a bank account and credit card too. You won't need to go to the shops, you do all your shopping online. You won't need a car, because you won't need to go anywhere. Just call for whatever you want and then it'll all come to you.
What if you haven't got a phone?
Impossible. You wouldn't be able to live.
Seem to know a lot about me. Sales now.
Management? Yeah, they say I'm a people person. But phones are my passion. Look, it was a tough choice. Either here or car phone warehouse back in the homelands. But the boys here made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
So, who do you work for now then?
No, it's boring. You don't want to know, really.
Bit of a mystery man, aren't you?
Time to step into my photo booth. Come on. What's Welsh for cheese?
Tom Jones.
Tom
Jones!
Let's have a look, see what that came out like.
Like a Polaroid, isn't it? What's that?
Oh, it's the wrong file. Well, it's me on holiday in Turkey. Well, that's not me, obviously. Ew. Horrible, isn't it? Animals there. Strung up this poor lamb by his legs from a tree in the marketplace. Butcher turns up in a dirty white vest, slits his throat, chops it up, 5 minutes later, still's open. Biscuit babs, I've tasted mine. There you go.
You look like the devil.
Oh, the red eye didn't work.
Oh, what's the matter, lover? You're not giving up on me now, are
I'm
you?
just feeling a bit worse for wear.
That I could make you feel better.
I'm sure you could, but...
No, but I'm here to provide a service. So close your eyes, relax, and tell me exactly what you'd like me to do.
I can try.
Shall I suck you?
Okay,
Me on top,
fine.
from behind as well.
Oh, yeah.
But that'll be extra. I don't like it doggy, man.
No problem.
You can suck me up the bum if you like, but I really don't like it, so that'll be extra as well. If you want me to pretend to enjoy it, that'll be a bit more.
Well, I'd like you to enjoy it.
So, I'll set you off, then I'll climb on top. We can do a doggy for a bit, then you can stick it up my ass and I'll really enjoy it. Then, wanna come on my face?
What I'd really
Because
like...
that'll be extra as well.
I just like...
Yes, my darling.
Well, sex isn't really what I'm after.
Good! Because you're not getting none. Think you can mind me, you prick? All clear, boys.
Took your time.
Nearly out of GHB, only give him a small dose.
What we got?
Dunno, he was hanging when they picked him up.
Sort the wheat from the chaff.
Smells good.
What's with all the filthy talk?
Killing time?
When you talk about something nice, me and Joseph, do you want to sit in there listening to that?
What do you want me to talk about?
The stuff about the phone was alright.
I was going to bomb if I had to listen to any more of that. I'm sick and tired of rubbing myself up against blokes and bringing them back here for you two to frisk.
I don't want to hear you talking dirt to a yank, that's all.
He's a Brit!
Same thing.
Mark Bell, B&Q Regional Manager, West Anglia. Where's that?
That's a new name for Wales. The coalition have changed our country's name by depot.
B&Q Regional Manager. We got ourselves one of the Illuminati. Good work, Nash. This is the one.
What do we do now?
Get him in some orange overalls. Tie him up. Then we borrow a video camera. This is going out on S4C before it's too late.
Don't cry. Oh, honey, please don't be that way. Clouds in the sky could never make you feel that way.
I loved that wardrobe.
I know you did.
Beautiful it was.
Yes.
I like the darkness of the panels and the corners. I even like the way the lacquer was peeling off.
Yes.
It looked like a map of the world.
I know.
And the handles. You wouldn't say they were ornate handles or anything, only functional. But I didn't mind.
I've said I'm sorry. I don't know what more I can say.
And the back panel. I mean, I haven't seen many wardrobes, but I've seen enough to know that the back panel is a test. So often they're made out of any old wood, thin, wobbly wood for the back panel. Cardboard almost. It's rarely seen in good light, I suppose. But mine. Solid.
We'll get you another. I will. I'll get you another.
Mother's lost.
Oh, how many times?
Hey, you must have my lovely wardrobe because you are the loveliest girl that I ever did see.
How many times, Kay? Those were not.
They were.
I was there.
I don't remember that.
Well, I was. You know I was.
What were then?
What? What were what?
Her last
I
words.
don't know. She just mumbled something, but not that.
You must have my lovely wardrobe because you are the loveliest girl that I ever did see. Distinctly. Beautiful, beautiful wardrobe. Which is now my stupid, stupid raft.
Well, with any luck, it should get us away off this roof. Over the hill, somewhere dry.
Take more than luck.
What?
Look at it.
What?
It'll sink.
It will not.
It will. Look at it.
Wood does not sink. Since when did wood sink?
It'll fall apart then, and it's not big enough.
Kay, please, it's the best I can do. Now, listen to the plan, Kay.
You threw it.
We haven't.
Well, it's obvious.
Are you listening? Kay.
I'm listening.
Right. We wait.
Great.
For as long as we have enough food, we wait until someone to come along, and when they do,
If they do.
when they do, I pass the raft down to them, then I lower you down onto it, and then I can climb or jump or whatever.
It's too far. You'll drop me and I'll drown.
Drop you.
I'm running out of food.
I know.
It's too far.
It'll be fine. It will be fine.
Why can't we use the rope again to get down?
Rope?
Yes.
Well, I used it for the raft.
What if they already have a raft or a boat? If they have a boat, then we don't need the raft and we can use the rope.
If they don't, we do. Anyway, I don't think they can get the boats through the trees. That's why nobody's come for us yet. I said that.
Well, they could use the hill road.
But the hill isn't flooded.
They could carry the boat over the hill.
They won't.
Could though? Couldn't they carry the boat?
Yes, I don't know!
I need to shout. I was only asking.
Listen, Kay, I don't blame you. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, I don't expect you to say thanks. I'm not here waiting for you to say thanks. Or be grateful.
Good.
What I mean is, I wouldn't want you to think that if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for your bad legs, that I would have done things any differently. You know, gone with the rest of the village. You're not a millstone. And when I pulled you up here, and when you made me pull your wardrobe up too, I wouldn't want you to think that I didn't want to, or anything like duty. So, if we're stuck here forever, which we're not, but if, for instance, no one came for us and I had to swim for help...
Don't leave me here on my own.
I won't.
Don't you dare.
I said 1,000 times I won't. I was just saying as an example.
Good.
So I won't. But if I did, and something happened to me, well, it wouldn't be your fault or have anything to do with you or your problems.
Right.
That's all I mean.
So if it wasn't for me, you'd be up here on your own.
Yes.
6 whole days.
Has it been 6 days?
6 whole days shivering up here on your own, waiting patiently.
Well, yes. Waiting patiently.
Nothing to eat but mouldy rice balls.
No, you're right. No, I'd be sitting in an armchair on the top of the hill.
Stuffing your face with chicken!
And vegetables.
And rice, which is
aromatic.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks for what?
Saying thanks.
Doesn't change anything.
Don't worry, Kay.
I just wish I was a bit less unlucky sometimes. Proper house, better legs. Just for something impossible to happen. This flood is a bloody snake. If Mum was here.
I'm here.
I know. You're just a bit young. But thanks.
I don't know the word for how I feel.
Scared? I feel scared.
I think it's embargoed.
It's a good word. I know why the sky is blue.
It isn't.
Underneath the clouds it is. The sky is blue because it's a reflection of the sea. The sea is blue and the sky reflects that back down on us.
Oh. No, it's not.
Yes?
Who told you that?
Man with one leg?
Well, he's wrong. The sea is blue because it's a reflection of the sky, and when the sky isn't blue, neither is the sea. Everyone knows that. And anyway, if the sky was a reflection of the world, you'd see countries in the sky.
No, because only water reflects.
All right then, the floods. Above us now would be a big brown patch for the floods, wouldn't there? Yes.
But it averages out.
What does?
Well, there's more sea than muddy water, so it averages out and you get the blueness of the sea.
That's not true, Kay.
It is.
No.
It is.
All right. I think the level's risen. I don't think I could keep my head above the water if I walked along the levee now.
Don't leave me!
Hey!
I'm running out of food.
You said that already.
I'm hungry.
Eat some then. Eat some rice.
If the sea was a reflection
Kay,
of
will you leave it?
If the sea was a reflection
Shut up!
If the sea was a reflection of the
Bloody
sky,
well throw
then
you
it
off
would
in a
be like a
minute.
mirror and you wouldn't be able to see into it.
Well, the sky's not a mirror either, is it? No.
No, because you can only see so far into the sky
What's that?
and then
Kay, there's someone there. Hello?
There's someone here. Help! Help!
We're stuck!
Come over here! Is he coming?
No. We have a raft! He's coming over!
He's coming over, Jay! We're running out of food!
Thank you!
Thank you!
I'm so scared, I'm so
Right
happy.
now!
Are you walking along the levee? It's very deep.
Oh, of course he's walking along the levee.
I was being polite. It's not a very high levee, but it comes right to the house.
My name is Kay, and this is my big sister Jay. Doesn't say very much. I like the quiet ones.
Kay?
Look at the way the water goes right up to his chin. You'd never been able to walk along there. Unless he's very short.
Kay? My sister has bad legs, you see. They're very weak.
Hey.
Shh. So if I pass the raft down to you, and then I lower my sister down, and then I can climb, or jump, or whatever, and we can share the raft.
Thank you!
Why doesn't he speak?
Well, he's probably tired. Are you from near here?
What's your name? Or your mother's name? We're bound to know her.
Who you speak?
Kay.
Oh, he's weird. We made our raft out of my wardrobe. Beautiful it was. So we'll be travelling in style and luxury.
I'm afraid we don't have very much to offer you in exchange for the favour. Rice ball? Or an axe? Or both if you want. And you get to share the raft, of course, so that's good. Yes! The levee goes straight into the mound.
There, look at him!
Oh, we're very grateful. You were right to go straight away, because the level's rising, it's getting dark. Right, here we go.
Hey,
What?
what are you doing?
Hey! Is he testing it? Is it? It's meant for us to share. You don't understand, we can share it.
Come back. Let us get on first!
It's our raft.
It's our raft!
Please come
We've
back
got
here, you
food
don't
for
understand.
you.
Come back here! It's big enough for us to share.
That was my wardrobe.
You can't just leave us. What do you want, money?
You
If
bastard!
you get your money, I'll give you money, anything.
You evil bastard!
My sister can't walk!
Thief! Murderer!
Murderer! We're gonna die up here. On your conscience, we're gonna die, and I'll leave a note to say that it was you, you bastard!
What are you thinking, Jay?
I'm thinking that the world is desperately disappointing, and that this flood is a bloody snake.
I'm thinking that the world is a big, fat mosquito bite. It's a fat, fat mosquito bite on my back where I can't reach. This stupid, vicious, bloody flood is such a bloody snake!
Stupid snake.
Wicked, evil.
Nasty, stinking bastard snake.
Don't you know how rude it is to slide where you're not wanted?
You're a fat, black, stinking snake all wrapped and knotted round my
You're
face.
black and you're scaly and I hate you for it!
Slippery and wicked, and I hate you for it.
You cackle like a witch and you taste like sour germs and
You
poison.
killed our dad 8 years ago, Snake. You filled him up with cholera slime.
You made his heart beat quicker and his tongue went yellow and you wet the bed.
And you laughed when he died, and you laughed when we buried him.
We can hear your cackling laughing all the time! Pig, 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 snake!
Swallowed all my seeds, and my chicken, and my chicken feed.
And now you burp like some fat bastard after a plate full of pudding and cheese.
You're like a rope that's spent its life strangling, you are.
The least deserving and by far the ugliest snake that I ever did see.
What would I give to prick your skin with a hot needle, fat python?
What would I give to hold my nose and drink you up and piss you into the sea, fat python?
And what would I give to see the sky suck you up and away? I can feel you sliding down my throat and swallowing my heart.
I can feel your blunt and black old fangs pricking in my veins.
And you pick your brain out and stab it with my heel.
Let me rip away your head and see the bleeding of your flesh.
What would I give to see the world open its mouth and chew you up and swallow you down?
To see the muddy tracks all bubble up and burn!
The gold and silver to float right up and have their turn!
We're floating on a vicious snake.
Will somebody help us?
We're being strangled by a snake!
Will somebody help us?
We're stuck! We're stuck!
Somebody help us!
Oh, somebody please help us!
I think it's help, Kate.
Present?
Open it.
Nation of Glendower, glad tidings. Dawn is approaching and the winds of victory are blowing.
I do not work for the military. I do not work for the government. I'm the regional manager of a DIY chain.
Nation of Glendower, there is no excuse for not fighting. How can a patriot sleep soundly as he watches the land of our fathers being plundered?
I'm innocent. Whatever they think I've done, it's not me.
We will defend our dignity with blood and souls. They will get from us only coffins, one after another being slaughtered this way.
You may well be wondering how all this began. For those of you who've forgotten, it begins in a bar like all the best stories do.
I'm a simple man. All I want is a simple life.
I'm sitting at my usual table in the Black Sheep when I spy him at the bar. A hell of a man knocking back Jack Daniels. Biceps like baby seals straining to escape the red, white and blue of his lycra jumpsuit. Big A on his forehead, star across his pecs, stripes down his six-pack and a big round shield on his arm.
An obituary.
Some of you are calling for peaceful demonstrations, as if you've not read the verses in the Mabinogion.
In the 1960s, DIY was a hobby of the few. Richard Block and David Quayle wanted to bring value and a broader product range to everyone. So they opened the first B&Q in Postle Road, Southampton in 1969.
Call the believers to fighting.
He's giving me the eye, so I totter over. Hi, he says, fluttering the two tiny white wings above his temples at me. People call me the captain, crime fighter, citizen of the United States.
B&Q's list of stores grew steadily through the 70s, introducing products from power tools to Formica to the British public.
I'm a simple man with simple needs.
During the 80s, B&Q expanded to 290 stores, offering customers an even greater product range, as Prime Minister Thatcher brought home ownership to the masses.
Are you not tired of liberation via conferences and wars via speeches? Is it not time for battle?
Says he's your own business, exploring new markets, buying and selling. What you got to sell, I ask? Loads of stuff, he says, and he hands me a catalogue of gadgets and gizmos. We do a nice line in ideology and culture too. What do you want to buy, I ask? He knocks back a JD and says, you.
All I need is a new mobile phone. I'm neither proud nor ashamed of this. It's a simple statement of fact.
1995, the first larger format B&Q warehouse store opened, and after lengthy legal tussles, began opening for business on Sundays.
Free, out of contracted, limping along with a scratched phone and old tariff.
In June 1999, the Shanghai store officially opened, B&Q's first in China and the largest home improvement store in the world.
We agree a price on the way back. He's got his arm around me and his shield keeps banging me head, but I don't say nothing. Keep the punters sweet.
Total annual revenue that year exceeded £4 billion.
Back in my room, I put on some cheesy love music, take off my dress and turn around in my bra and knickers. I see he's put the money on the dresser, so we go to stash it away safe.
I like my last phone. Took some great photographs. Me on holiday in Turkey. Even made a video of them slaughtering a lamb in the marketplace. The butcher comes along at high noon in a dirty white vest and cuts his throat with a knife.
Get out, you filthy fucking pervert! At first I don't recognise the wrinkly old man in my room. Cocked like a baby walnut. People call me the captain, he says. says, but only when I'm in costume. Now I'm George, Donald, Bill, Victor Kayam, George Senior, take your pick.
The red life gushes from his second mouth into a plastic bottle cut in half an hour below.
I pick up the money and hand it back to him. We had a deal, he grumbles. Not anymore, Grandad. I throw it on the floor and turn to get dressed.
It's not a fantastic picture, only 5 frames per second.
In 2001, B&Q joined a dot-com boom, launching its transactional website, providing 24-hour, 7-day-a-week access to B&Q products, expert advice, and inspirational room ideas.
Now I want to feel invigorated by the latest technology.
A year later, B&Q opened its largest UK store in Llanstefan Retail Park, at 168,424 square feet. It is 3 times the size of a football pitch and the biggest DIY store in Europe.
I wake with the taste of blood in my mouth. The money is gone, the man is gone, just a searing pain and a sticky mess between my legs.
I want a good deal with my new phone, with double minutes, free text, and Bluetooth headset.
There's someone banging at the door.
Specifically designed for both the keen DIYer and those more interested in choosing colours and designs and putting the essential finishing touches to any project.
There's no lock, so I go to open the door. Standing there in a long black cape is Batman. Behind him with a boner in his tights, the boy Wonder Robin, then the Fantastic Four. At the end of the corridor, Dr. Bruce Banner is tearing through his shirt and turning green. A queue of superheroes stretches down the stairs, out the front door and away down the street.
Then a moment of utter clarity, realised screaming is sweetly forgotten in death.
Outside, a fanfare is in full swing. A ticker-tape comic book victory parade throngs through the streets of Llanstefan.
The new Sony Ericsson K750i with 2-megapixel camera and Bluetooth on how to relax with free text bundle.
They've come for me. Voyaged from afar to the black sands of my home. For me. For my country.
So, whether you want to lay a lamp on the floor, install a jacuzzi bath, or add stylish new lighting to your own, there is something for everyone at the new B&Q Llanstefan.
Do not go gentle to that good night. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light.
I am innocence hanging from a tree. My life spilling onto the floor of a makeshift studio.
Take 1.
Hello, my name's Maurizio Molina. I'm the actor playing the part of the man you're looking at on stage now.
There will now be a short 10-minute interval.
When you walk in the Garden of Eden.
We people are the peace police. Our politics provide protection for the proletarian populace of the metropolis. Our policies are perfect. Now we possess projectiles of peace, installed to instill such peace as you have never seen. We shall propel peace, bit by bit, piece by piece, to ensure that peace permeates the perplexed people of the meddling Middle East. We shall not stop until peace has been dropped upon people of unpeaceful lands. Now our peace is unprecedented. Our peace is relentless. Our peace is ceaseless. Our peace is released via a multitude of fortified forms. Now the proper procedure for peace is to drop from above in lovely, cuddly clusters, like mad damn us as we damn the damn Taliban. Now we condemn the men with WMDs who deliver disease to peaceful people. We possess a magnificent mothership with which to promote brotherly love from above, for the brotherhood of man, for the good of us all. The mothership chips in at 150 kilos and is chock-a-block full of baby bomb that's in her bilious, bellicose belly. You've seen this on the telly in close-up, surely. Now the mother of all peace is magnanimous and munificent, for she cradles municipalities in her mammary glands. And as she lands on sandy lands, She stretches out her motherly hands to smother the land with love for mankind. She will blind your wide, unwise eyes with kindness and peace. When released from an altitude of 3,000 feet, she discreetly delivers her peace-loving babies to the masses, where she smiles as she dives down from the heavens to lease a hand to lands that peace has forsaken. She careers through the air carelessly, ceaselessly easing the pain and malaise of the deceased and diseased. Maters, multitudinous, invidious offspring spring off center, left, right, and center. There is no evading her entrance. She invades edifices as she entrances. Maters, multitudinous, invidious offspring spring off center, left, right, and center. Their glory will be regaled in stories. Our children will wave flags and sing hymns about us in years to come. The price was worth it. Now some people, they run from the peace. And some people, they hide from the peace. And some people, well, they scream at the peace, to leave their homes alone, to leave them in peace, to desist from the peacemaking process. But that would be gross. That would be folly, a foolhardy, Laurel and Hardy strategy. That would hardly get the dirty job of peace done. Now, there are always people getting in the way of peace, shielding themselves from peace, hiding from peace, chiding the peace, deriding the peace. Oh, fuck them. They know not what they do. Fuck them. They endanger the peace process. Fuck them. Their cooperation is non-existent. Fuck them. They do not exist, and their exit shall be swift. Their impertinent persistence pesters pure people like us. God's people like us. And we just want them to know that God loves them. To sow seeds of love. To show them that God is love. And God loves them like God loves us. Yet they fuss and fight. They spite and spit at the mothership of love. The mother who brings up brothers and mothers and fathers and sisters and daughters, L-O-V-E. They can't even spell the word. So we must write it in the sands for them to understand that Jesus' army has arrived to save them and their kin and all of mankind. They spit at kindness. They attack rationality. They spurn nationality. They throw their hands up and cry as the peace rains down from on high. A few die. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. When 150 kilos kerthumps across their kids' cribs, they'll know then. Then they'll know what they're missing out. Now we'll drop peace proper on Christmas Eve. We'll drop peace proper on Good Friday, because we're good guys like that. Our attack of peace has to be seen to be believed, unlike Jesus. And those who have seen, they now believe. Believe me. Believe me now. There is no peace like our peace. There is no love like the love from above. Do not shove the love back in our face. It's disgraceful. Know your place in the world. We got out of the way to bring you peace. Have some fucking gratitude, please. Please. We're asking you nicely. Give a little, won't you? Live a little, won't you? Please don't bite the hand that feeds. Our hearts bleed for you and your lot. You got the federal land to feed on, for fuck's sakes. Don't forsake us. Please. We beseech you. We bow down on bended knees to please you. Please don't fuck with us. When the mothership ships her affable message of amity to humanity, like the nativity star, the natives shall see her shining afar, far above these scarred and sacred western skies. Their scared sullen eyes shan't believe what they perceive. Believe me. Believe me. Your eyes have not yet seen such sweet love that will send. Will mend your broken, hurting hearts. Will fix your broken, busted lands. Will show you such stuff as your monkey minds could not fathom. 55 fathoms deep is the love that will sing. So sing for the supper that comes from those with the upper hand. A brand piece is patented, is trademarked, is registered, is copyrighted, right? So you know it's bona fide. It's the best a man can get. It's gone large. It's 2 for 1. It's ultra. It's super. It's duper. It's built by dudes with white suits and cowboy hats. That's how hot our love is. Now, not all people are privileged enough to receive our peace. So consider yourselves special. Now, as mentioned, the mothership will arrive precisely on time, anytime we choose. So be ready. Be on your guard. Put your Sunday best suits on. Put your black combat boots on. Put your blessed babies to bed. Kiss your good wife good night. And put your heads between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye. But when the love volleys down on valleys, dales, and towns, you'll know. You'll know. And you'll fly flags and hum hymns for us in years to come. In years to come. We people are the peace police. So sleep soundly in sweet peace, my sweet peas. God bless y'all.
Put away the guns, put the bombs on the shelf. Stop this bomber, cats are killing themselves.
Good evening, and welcome to a special edition of subVERSE News. Our top story tonight: God angrily clarified his "don't kill" rule. This afternoon at a press conference in London, God, the omniscient creator deity worshipped by billions of followers of various faiths for more than 6,000 years, angrily clarified his long-time stance against humans killing each other in response to recent events on Earth. We go now to the press conference that God, called Yahweh and Allah respectively in the Judaic and Muslim traditions, held today near the site of Aldgate Tube Station.
Look, I don't know, maybe I haven't made myself completely clear. So for the record, here it is again. Somehow people keep on coming up with the idea that I want them to kill their neighbour. Well, I don't. And to be honest, I'm getting really sick and tired of it. Get it straight. Not only do I not want anybody to kill anyone, but I specifically commanded you not to. In really simple terms that anybody ought to be able to understand.
Throughout the press conference, the Lord's divine face betrayed visible emotion. Worshipped by Christians, Jews, and Muslims alike, God said his name has been invoked countless times over the centuries as a reason to kill in what he called an unending cycle of violence.
I don't care how holy someone claims to be. If a person tells you it's my will that they kill someone, they're wrong. Got it? I don't care what religion you are, or who you think your enemy is. Here it is one more time. No killing. No killing in my name or anyone else's. Got it?
The press conference came as a surprise to humankind, as God rarely intervenes in earthly affairs. As a matter of long-standing policy, he has traditionally left the task of interpreting his message and divine will to clerics, rabbis, priests, imams, and biblical scholars. His decision to manifest on the material plane was motivated by the deep sense of shock, outrage, and sorrow he felt over the continuing violence carried out in his name, and over its dire potential ramifications around the globe.
I tried to put it in the simplest possible terms for you people, so you'd get it straight, because I thought it was pretty important. I guess I figured I left no room for confusion after putting it in a 4-word sentence with 1-syllable words on the tablets I gave to Moses. How much more clear can I get? But somehow it all gets twisted around, and the next thing you know, somebody's spouting off some nonsense about God says I have to kill this guy, God wants me to kill that guy, it's God's will. It's not God's will, alright? Newsflash, God's will equals don't murder people.
Some at the press conference asked God for his response to claims of the worst violators that their actions are justified by passages in the Bible, Torah and Quran. He responded,
To be honest, there's some contradictory stuff in there, okay? So I can see how it could be pretty misleading. I admit it, it's my fault. I did my best to inspire them, but a lot of imperfect human agents have misinterpreted my message over the millennia. Frankly, much of the material I've got in there is dogmatic doctrinal bullshit. I turn my head for a second and suddenly all this stuff about homosexuals get into Leviticus and everybody thinks it's God's will to kill gays. Drives me up the wall.
God praised the overwhelming majority of his Muslim followers as wonderful, pious people, calling the perpetrators of the attacks rare exceptions.
This whole medieval concept of the jihad, or the holy war, had all but vanished from the Muslim world in, like, the 10th century, and with good reason. There's no such thing as holy war, only unholy ones. The vast majority of Muslims in this world reject the murderous actions of these radical extremists. So the vast majority of Christians are pissed off over those bigots in the White House. Read the book. Allah is kind. Allah is beautiful. Allah is merciful. It goes on and on that way, page after page. But no. Some arseholes have to come along and revive this stupid holy war crap just to further their own hateful agenda. So now, everybody thinks Muslims are all murderous barbarians.
God stressed that his remarks were not directed exclusively at Islamic extremists, but rather at anyone whose ideological zealotry overrides his or her ability to comprehend the core message of all world religions.
I don't care what faith you are. Everybody's been making the same mistake since the dawn of time. The Muslims massacre the Hindus massacre the Muslims. The Buddhists, everybody massacres the Buddhists.
The Jews? Don't even get me started on the hardline, right-wing, Mirhein-loving Israeli nationalists.
And the Christians? Christ! You people believe in a Messiah who says turn the other cheek. But you've been killing everybody you can get your hands on since the Crusades.
Can't you people see? What are you? Morons? There are a ton of different religious traditions out there, and different cultures worship me in different ways. But the basic message is always the same.
Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Shintoism, every religious belief system under the sun, they all say you're supposed to love your neighbour. Folks, it's not that hard a concept to grasp.
Why would you think I'd want anything else? Humans don't need religion or God as an excuse to kill each other. You've been doing that without my help since you were freaking apes.
The whole point of believing in God is to have a higher standard of behaviour. How more obvious can you get?
I'm talking to all of you here. Do you hear me?
I don't want you to kill anybody. I'm against it, across the board.
How many times do I have to say it?
Don't kill each other anymore, ever! I'm fucking serious!
Upon completing his outburst, God fell silent, standing quietly at the podium for several moments. Then, witnesses reported, God's shoulders began to shake, and he wept. That's all for now. We'll be here again next month. From all of us at subVERSE News, good night.
So times change.
There's no left. Left. They're bereft of breath, and that's not right. Right? The right have the might to fight the left. Right? The right have rescinded all rights, right? Do not fight the right, right? It's not right to fight the right. The left are left without a leg to stand on. Their random attacks on foreign nations beget bigots and blackguards. They ransack for ransom the handsome fellows they are. The handsome fellows they are. There's no left. Left. The left have the right to incite violence on violating nations. Insatiable fellows that they are. The right laugh at the left. Thumb noses at the rose-tinted spectacle the bespectacled ones bombard us with daily. The left have left the abandoned, bombed buildings that the children dwell in, dying for deliverance from the death they deliver. There's no delicate way in which to say that the left have left. Despite my disclamatory exclamations, the nation is fated to be sated by the right. The right will slight the might of the left. The right have rights to smite the left. Do not breathe. Do not cleave to the remnants and ruined remains of the left. There are none left. Believe me. Believe me. Believe me. I do not deceive thee. I come to relieve thee of despots and tyrants who stumble in silence, who mumble in violent tones behind walls of secrecy. Believe me, I've seen the machinations that ruin nations, that eschew UN rule, that pooh-pooh resolution. There is no solution. The notion of nation has broken international relationships and ships that sail to assail foreign lands, to force black hands to hand over the land that white man wants to land in. Though built of sand, it's aggrandized with oil, the spoils of our war. Want oil and more. We have the right. We have the might. You invited us into your land doused in sin, 'cause we are the winners and you are the sinners. You skinny young brown-skinned losers, abusers of rights. You spite the right. You despise the rights that we bequeath you. You deceiving heathens, you. You beasts of burden, you broken souls and token moles, you. How dare you bear arms against the arms we bear you? Swine, ingrates, inchoate nation of dissatisfaction, of malfunctioning malefactors. You function for us. You live for us. You survive for us. Us is the best. The rest can go fuck themselves. There's no left. Left. Right? Let's have it right. Let's not dispute the irrefutable fact that the right have the right to right the wrongs of the world. The ones will turn, will suffer and burn to earn the dollars that you and I and me and they all know and say that they are right. Right? The enlightened ones die of ignorance and lies. The despised ones dissipate and are annihilated into history. The story remains the same. The same ones are slain. The pain turned to gain. The cost of such pain is not calculated. Belated betrayal by the boys in black. Don't sack the attackers. The backers of bloody business. The busybodies, the shoddy slackers. Nothing matters to the right. There's nothing left of the rights anymore. The score is uneven. The heathens have evened and leveled the land. The sand undermined over time by the chime of dollars and cents, of pounds and pence. The chink of bling bling, the gold diamond rings, the singing of hymns. The lust for all things material and metal and mental obsession with material possessions. The slain in South Africa. The slain in South America, or America. The last refugee of Afghanistan, the last man standing, may say that he may respect the rights of the right tonight. There's no left. Left. Nothing left. A hollow hole. Deserted soul. Broken doll of the tribe. There's no left. Left. And that can't be right. Right?
to the Ready, Steady, Liberate studio with your special guest hostess. Here's Nigella!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Ready, Steady, Liberate with Nigella. While Captain Daisy on the Sun cruise, I'll be taking the helm between my teeth and making sure that all of his able seamen find a safe port for the night. For those of you with your maidenhead still intact, Ready, Steady, Liberate is the show where we invite top military chiefs from around the world to literally liberate, live in front of our studio audience. I beg your pardon, I said liberate. It's not that sort of show. In last week's episode, we were thrilled by Mao's luscious liberation of Buddhist-occupied Tibet and Slobodan Milosevic's high-calorie cleansing of Kosovo. Naughty, but nice. It's a hard act to follow, but rest assured we have some stiff resistance from two of the most delectable military movers on today's show. My first guest chief is a man I simply adore. He's very tall, very short-sighted, and very American. All the way from Washington, D.C., liberating for the Blue Hawks, a very toasty welcome, please, for the U.S. Secretary of Defense, Mr. Donald H. Rumsfeld. Welcome to the show, Don. May I call you Don, Donald?
As I call you Nigel.
Happier, buddy. If you pop a teeny little A on the end, just to avoid confusion.
Nothing to worry about there, Nige. I ran through the full SP with intelligence back home. Any guy that was Chancellor of the Exchequer before becoming a celebrity chef gets my vote, however he chooses to dress.
I think you're referring to Daddy. Moving swiftly on, this is your first time on the show, isn't it, Don?
Well, it really doesn't feel like it. I'm a huge fan of the show. I never miss an episode. Now, it's been an inspiration to me. It's really brought the entire notion of liberty, freedom, and democracy home to me. And into people's homes, which makes it easier for us to do the job we do.
But it's not all work, is it? What about your reflective, sensitive side? We're always hearing about your macho military campaigns, but there's an artistic side to you too, isn't there?
Oh, so I'm told.
And you're on the grapevine, you're a bit of a poet.
The writing only started recently. I started off just kind of saying.
You didn't even know you were doing it, did you? Like some innate gift you didn't even know you had.
That's right, Nige. You know, it was only when people started handing me back copies of my press conference transcripts saying, "My God, Doc, what does this mean?" I realized I had a talent.
Well, we have a copy here of your fabulous new anthology, Words Without Pictures. Here's my favourite. It's called The Unknown. Would you?
Oh, be my guest. The unknown. As we know, there are known knowns. There are things we know we know. We also know there are known unknowns. That is to say, there are some things we know we do not know. But we also have unknown unknowns. The ones we don't know, we don't know.
That was deeply pleasurable. Ancient wisdom reminiscent of the Tao Te Ching.
Well, I don't know. My friends tell me it sounds like some chick.
Absolutely.
But I was just saying these things, you know. I don't have a clue where they came from. So I thought, what would happen if I actually set out to write something? And if you don't mind, I'd like to read out my very first intentional written poem on the show.
It would be simply divine, Donald.
This is called Boy. In a country we can't spell. In a province we can't pronounce. In a city we never heard of. Along a street with no name. In a house with no walls. In a room with no door. A monkey sits playing with a stone. Give it some candy, an Xbox, and democracy, and watch him smile.
What a totally cathartic experience. What a little gem of literature. We'll be back over to you for some more of that sublime word-mongering to see what's in your bag. But for now, it's time to welcome my second guest chief, and I, for one, am completely mad about him. The last time this little chap was on the show, our complaints inbox at Television Centre went ballistic, and so did our viewing figures. Please welcome back the bad boy of guerrilla warfare, liberating for the white hijabs, warrior, philosopher, child killer, and freedom fighter. The butcher of Belsen School number 1, the cheeky little Chechen warlord, Shamil Basayev.
My darling Nigella, a flower
from Chechnya for an English rose.
Chivalry is alive and well in the Caucasus, it seems.
But how many times do I have to tell you? It's Pilsen!
What did I say?
Pilsen! It's just annoying, you know? Everybody does it. You work hard to get yourself noticed, and then what happens? It gets muddled up with the Jewish thing again. As if they don't get enough violins.
Sorry about that, Shammy darling. Delighted to have you back on the show anyway.
Yes, nice to be back.
So what have you been up to since we saw you last?
Well, I've been doing quite a bit of TV, actually. Ever since the Channel 4 interview, my agent's phone hasn't stopped ringing.
Anything interesting in the pipeline?
Well, they did ask me to do the Celebrity Love Island thing, but they chickened out at the last minute. I think they were afraid everyone would vote for me, and then what? Jihad!
You mentioned this Channel 4 interview, and I've been pondering something you said, but penny hasn't quite dropped, so I was wondering if you might be able to help me out. You said, and I quote, "This is a war between the descendants of monkeys, of whom your Darwin wrote, and the descendants of Adam. Glory be to Allah." Can you extrapolate that sentence for us at all?
I think he's suggesting that his holy war is a battle between the old believers and the atheists.
You're not as stupid as you look.
What he's failed to recognize is that in fact it is the religious zealots on either side of the relatively passive atheists that generates the carnage. The atheists just suck up all the shit they want to sell them.
Save the Crusaders for later. For now I just hunt down and kill the monkeys.
It's just as well aims he's on vacation.
Okay, boys, it's time to live up to the name of the game and get stuck into some liberating. So let's see what's in your bags. Donald, what have you brought for us today?
I have bought a hula hoop, a box of sugar cubes, an evil dictator, a packet of WMDs.
Oh, no, that's empty, isn't it?
No, there's definitely some in there. It's down in the corner there.
There's nothing in there.
Well, don't you worry about that. We can always put some in later. A copy of the New Testament and my lucky baseball bat, Uncle Sam.
What a delightful bag. So what are you planning on liberating for us today?
Well, Nige, our intelligence reports that there's a small, oil-rich dictatorship with punitive military resistance just asking for us to impose democracy on them.
Say impose democracy, Donald. Surely that's what everybody wants.
Well, you know what, Nige? According to new research from a leading Washington think tank, people are stupid. Want whatever it is they haven't got, so sure, they want it, yeah.
Well, do you need to use any particular kind of evil dictator?
Not really, no. Any leader of a country with substantial natural resources not financially beholden to the U.S. will do.
What are you doing there?
You start off just by gently agitating the dictator.
Hold your duties for a moment. I haven't given you off yet. Let's see it's Jamel's bag, and then we'll get the starter's orders. So, Shammy darling, what have you brought for us today?
Okay, Nigella, well, I've got a loaf of Kingsmill medium sliced white bread, a copy of the Quran, a children's lunchbox, Toy Story 2, very nice film, and a jar of depleted uranium.
Depleted uranium? That's a bit of a top drawer ingredient, isn't it?
Well, not really, no. Thanks to Donald, you can pick it up anywhere now in the Middle East.
Well, it looks like another fabulous bag for us to play with. So, what are you planning on liberating for us today?
Well, I've got to admit, it's not much of an original idea, Nigella. I mean, following this Jamie Oliver thing, you know, he has been struggling with all of the dinner ladies to get healthy meals into the schools. And the kids, they think it tastes like shit, but it's good for them. And Jamie's been crying and getting all upset and shouting at his wife and babies, and nobody likes him. I understand how he feels. But he's trying to liberate them from the bad diet. Huh? So this got me thinking, why couldn't I do something similar in the schools of the Russian Federation? So I give Jamie a ring and we meet up and have a chat about doing business together.
So let me get this straight. You're in talks with Jamie Oliver to supply nutritionally superior school dinners to Russian children.
That is correct, yes.
I have to say, Shamil, I'm a teeny bit confused.
Well, I'm going to make special packed lunches to help liberate the people of Chechnya.
By the mass murder of innocent children.
Well, you try fighting a former superpower with 5 Kalashnikovs and a bowl of borscht!
You boys, okay, it's time to get ready, so don your pinnies, please, and prepare to do battle. May the best chief win. You've got 5 minutes from the moment I say, ready, steady, liberate. With Nigella. While our two chiefs are busy liberating, just keep in mind what they had in their bags at the beginning, so you can decide how good their liberation is at the end. Remember, your vote counts. Just sneak into Donald's kitchen now to see what mischief he's cooking up. So you're agitating nicely there, Donald. And for all the viewers at home who follow this liberation, what would you say is the best way of agitating and irritating?
Well, there's always sanctions, trade embargoes, covert operations, or you can just put them in a jam jar and shake them up and down like I'm doing.
What does that do exactly?
Oh, the noisy fuck out of them.
Fascinating.
Here, would you mind?
Just meets the eye, isn't there?
Let's do that nice. Okay, you can put him down now. We're all done with the agitation. Now it's time for some diplomacy. You're passing those sugar cubes.
Looks like you're in training for the circus.
No, that's very perceptive of you, Nige. I like to think of this as the big top world politics. Now, the U.S. is a cool guy with a black top hat and a whip. There's no question who's a ringmaster. Then there's the Russians, twisting and turning, trying to wriggle their way out of democracy. Escapologist supreme. Next, the Chinese pull up with a honk honk and all the dolls fall off the car. With those funny, scrunched up faces, they're the clowns of the troop. You Brits. Oh, Tony can teach his guy a thing or two about jumping through hoops. You know, bulldogs are so 20th century. Poodles make the perfect circus dogs. Porca Mohammed!
Uh-oh, this sounds like trouble in White T-shirt's kitchen. What's bothering you, Shamil?
Where's this fucking sandwich? You know, when Jamie explained it to me, it sounded so simple. Now I'm here with all these different bits and pieces, you know, it's not so easy.
Having trouble making a sandwich, are we, darling?
It's not my thing, you know. I prefer to walk through these school gates, all guns blazing, and a grenade between my teeth. Knives are for removing heads, not making sandwiches. I don't know which bit goes first.
Who didn't get their home help badge in Boy Scouts? Let's do it together, shall we? Now this will be a useful refresher course for all of you liberators at home. Remember, a freedom fighter can't fight freedom on an empty stomach. So, you need to take a slice, and then you lay it on the table, you dip the knife in the filling of your choice, and we gently spread it back and forth. Do we need a bit more?
Well, maybe just a touch, yes.
Okay, touch more. And gently spread it back and forth until we have a nice, even coating of depleted uranium.
Oh yes, that's quite nice actually.
And another slice to top it all off. Plop.
Plop.
And chop it in two.
As I can do this. Great, my first sandwich. But not with the crusts, I think.
Okay, boys, just 2 minutes on the clock, so it's time to kick on. Back over to the Blue Hawk's kitchen now to see how Donald's performing at the circus. Oh, that's not going too well then.
Why do you say that?
He's not complying with your wishes.
And why on earth we want him to do that? No, it's going perfectly. He's defying the will of the good people of America, as manifested in this here hula hoop.
What if you don't have a hula hoop?
Our United Nations resolution would be just fine.
Does it bother you at all that the evil dictator seems totally incapable of complying with your wishes?
Now, we know he's got no WMDs. He's already used all the ones we sold him.
I thought you said he did.
No, but of course he has. Well, there'd be no justification for war if he didn't have them and couldn't show them to us, only if he did have them and refused to, which he obviously does. Any intelligence service could tell you that.
Okay, boys, just 1 minute on the clock, so it's time to start thinking about presentation. How is your liberation going to look to the public when it's finished? Are they going to be waving flags as your victory parade rolls through town, or dangling your soldiers' severed heads over streets of suicide bombers? 30 seconds. Are you getting all the sandwiches there, Shamil?
Yeah, I'm cooking on gas.
Okay, it's the final countdown, so it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop liberating! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you what we started with. Donald came in with a hula hoop, a box of sugar cubes, a copy of the the New Testament, an evil dictator, and an empty packet of WMDs. And we have utter devastation. What are you going to call it, Don?
Well, I was gonna call it, freedom. Then I came up with a funny play on wordsy type of thing, like off and down the show, it makes me giggle.
Freedom's rather sweet, but what was the other one?
Dessert storm. Dessert as in desert, storm as in storm, I guess. You get it?
Yes, I went to Oxford, I get it. Are you happy with it?
Well, I just got what you said there about presentation. Now, if I had a little more time, I'd tidy up the rough edges with a daisy cutter.
What a perfectionist, but over to Shamil before we get the vote. So, Shami, darling, you came in with a loaf of bread, a copy of the Quran, and a jar of depleted uranium. We all know you struggled to begin with, but it's looking promising. What are you going to call your liberation?
Supper. The little children.
Oh, that's good.
Suffer the little children, you naughty, naughty man. I'm simply mad for you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to cast your votes. At the beginning of the show, you would have been given your Ready, Steady, Liberate ballot cards. It's time to show your colours. Is it going to be the blue hordes with their imperial devastation, or the white he-shouts with their ruthless infanticide? Remember, every vote is a vote for democracy, so please raise your cards. Hawks for dessert storm, he-shouts for suffer the little children. Vote now!
Yes. Oh, yes.
Close.
Oh, brilliant.
But I think there's one or two more for the Blue Hawks. Congratulations, Donald. Let's hear it for the Hawks.
Thanks. Can I write you a check?
Yes, if you make Dr. Charles Sartre, who deals with all the money stuff. Sadly, that's all we've got time for on this week's Ready, Steady, Liberate. But please join us for the next episode, Come to a Country Near You. For now, it's a fond farewell from myself, Shamil Basayev, and Donald Rumsfeld. Goodbye and happy holidays. Bye.
Hey, don't mind if I do. Ain't no hard feelings. Love the beer. Goodbye. Tell me, guys, you're a postdoc.
Out for another subVERSE. It's very, very good to be back. As always, we're raising money for a charity, and this month's charity is the London Bombing Relief Fund. And like I always say, I need £1 from everybody, because that's what I promised them when I told them we were raising money for them. So I'll be outside collecting. Thank you again very much. Please tell your friends. Sign our subVERSE email list if you care to learn more about what we're doing, and see you next month. Thank you very much again. Good night.
Clever monkey. Is it live or marionette? Oh, yes, he could be president. Oh, monkey, yeah. Look at that monkey. Clever monkey. Is he live or marionette? Oh, yes, he could be president, or a doctor of things. A good doctor, not a bad citizen.